And a welcome in, everybody, to the Grant Center in Danville, Virginia, for tonight's matchup between the Averett University Cougars and the visiting Carolina University Bruins. For Averett, they are 0-6 coming into this match and looking to get their first win on the season. And for Carolina University, they are 3-4, looking to get to 4-5. I'm joined here with Kendall Sanders. And Kendall, what are you most looking forward to for tonight's matchup?
I'm just looking for see some good energy from the Cougars since they're a young team, trying to build some momentum there. Would be good to get a first win in history for the Cougars.
Yep, like you said, it could be a historical night as this is the first year for Coach Earls' squad, not just ever, but for Coach Earls, but in history for the Cougars. Cougars welcoming in men's volleyball here in 2024 for the first time ever. And slow start 0-6, but maybe expected for a team with a lot of freshmen and just trying to get their feet under them with some chemistry and stuff like that. So Cougars and Bruins getting ready to go here. And if you're a little confused at home by the colors, Averett is in their yellow uniforms and the Bruins are in their blue uniforms. So we were talking about it a little bit pregame, just the colors are so similar, Kendall, and almost had me a little bit confused. So I will say Averett will be on the left side of your screen and the Bruins will be on the right side of your screen. So we're just about ready to get started here with Noah Kashiro-Pate, the freshman out of Hawaii, getting ready to serve it up here. Cougars and Bruins. Thomas Heaney III, Kendall Sanders here. Let's have a good one, folks, as we are underway here in the Grant Center. The Bruins in first possession here, moving it around, and that was going to be a little miscommunication, and the Cougars get the kill.
A solid job right there.
Good start there from the Cougars, and a lot of, these games early do depend on how well the teams do early. You see here Pate back there to serve again. Cougars up 1-0 in the first set. So Pate sends it back over down to Lessico there in towards the middle, and can't dig it up there as Lopez, but a good effort, and the Bruins tied up. And so we will see Abernathy here back to serve for the first time for Carolina. Carolina University, formerly known as Piedmont International University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, changed their name just a few years ago. And now they are looking to get a win against the Cougars, and that's going to be an ace for Bryson Abernathy.
What a solid hit right there.
Nice hit there, nice velocity behind it, and it gets past the Cougars defense and is able to get it in for a Bruins lead. Bruins coming into this game at 3-5, trying to get their fourth win of the season, as this one's going to be hit over towards Peyton, over to Breen, and a nice dig there. Oh my goodness, what a play by Purley.
Solid hustle right there.
Yep, great hustle, but Kashiro-Pate can't get it on his hands. But like you talked about, Kendall, nice hustle, and you'll see a lot of that from this young Cougar squad. So here we go back with the Bruins, as that'll be number 7, Bryson Abernathy. Hitting it over to Can Crow. Over to Breen, back inside to Feliz. And inside to Glasnow there. Hit hard. Ooh, nice hit there by Austin Jeter, the freshman out of Chester, Virginia, standing 6'3", was able to get that one in.
You could have felt that power from here.
Yeah, I know. I almost felt my seat shake a little bit, Kendall, to be honest with you. But Bruins take a 4-1 lead as we get going here early in this first set. Struck hard back over again. Back over to Kashiro-Pate. Hard by Oakley, but ooh, what a save there. Breen keeps it alive. Keeping it over here with the Bruins. A nice chance, and that's going to be roped in there for the kill. Nice start here for Carolina.
Talking about the momentum here, what do you think the Cougars need to do to gain some momentum back towards their way?
It's interesting, Kendall. I mean, they've had some pretty nice plays early, a couple of nice digs, and I think they just got to do a little bit better on the serves. The serves have been a problem a little bit all year. As you see there, they're getting started. But, yeah, I mean, I think the Cougars just got to continue to do what they're doing. As here's Breen getting it over. 50-50 ball towards the net. Struck hard. Oh, what a play there by Kashiro-Pate. Keeps it alive. Bruins keep it alive, though, and it gets in for the kill. As high-paced action there, as that was Jackson able to get the kill for the Bruins. 6-1 lead early for Carolina, looking to extend their lead here early. Back over to the Cougars. Shiro Pate over to Breen. Breen with the left hand. Gets it back in over. And hit hard again. And another kill here for the Bruins. This is not the start the Cougars want, Kendall.
No, not at all.
See there, Austin Jeter again on the kill. Tallest man on the floor, standing at 6'3". Let's get a nice hit there and a 7-1 lead here for the Bruins. I'll be curious to see how long this goes before Coach Earls calls a timeout, as that one almost hits Mars. Back over to Breen, and Breen tries to get it in, but it's out of play, and it'll go for a point to the Bruins. And just on cue right there, the announcer Jinx Kendall, is that's going to be a timeout by Coach Earls. So Thomas Senior III, Kendall Sanders will be joining you at
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we welcome you back in here to the Grant Center, Danville, Virginia. Cougars and Bruins, and so far it's been all blue and gold, but not Averett's blue and gold. It's been Carolina's blue and gold as we get set here, as that one's going to be an error for Averett following the Coach Earls timeout. It'll be 9-1 here early in the Grant Center in the first set. And again, if you're just joining us, you know the colors seem so similar. Averett's on your left and Carolina is on your right. So here we go off with the Cougars, and Mashiro Pate hitting it over to Oakley. Oakley struck hard there, and it's going to be a whistle, and the Cougars will get the point.
What a great play right there just to get something going.
Yeah, I mean, the Cougars really needed that, Kendall. You know, like you said, try to get something going. 9-2 now, and stops an 8-0 run from the Bruins. So Cougars will serve for the first time in a little bit. It's going to be struck hard, tipped, and it will be a point for Mason Kenna, the 6'2 sophomore out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So here we go with the Bruins. This one is going to be hit over from Glasgow and towards Oakley. Oakley hits it hard, but it's able to stay alive there from Glasgow. Tipped up towards the middle, dug up there by Pate. 50-50 ball in the middle, and it's going to be flushed down there by Mason Kenna. So we will see Bryce Jackson getting ready to serve here for Carolina. Throws it high into the sky and out towards the Cougars, and out of play for an error, and the Cougars get a point. How big is that there, Kendall?
Good, definitely what they needed right there, just to try to stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yep, 11-3 now, and the Cougars trying to get something going here in this first set, and you will see Daniel Feliz, the freshman out of East Meadow, New York. Shout out to Feliz, fellow New Yorker over here, as we get going with the Cougars, and that one is slammed down hard by Jacob Brown. Another freshman getting it done here, Kendall.
Yeah, it's a battle of the youngsters out here. Very young teams going to get at each other.
See there on the right side, Tavion inbounding the ball. Nice job, Tavion, as we're getting going as this one's towards the middle of the Cougars. And Breen, Shiro Pate getting it back over towards the middle of the Cancro. Bruins doing a nice job here of keeping this alive. It's dug up there. Nice play by Lopez. And it's going to hit the net and go over to Carolina. 13-3 lead here. Now, number 6, Austin Jeter, the 6'3 freshman, getting it going here and trying to get another kill for Carolina. It's been a nice start for them. And for Averett, just trying to stop this momentum that we've seen. Cancro whiffs on that one, and it'll go over to the Bruins. (14-3) now here in the Grant Center in the first set. First one at 25 will take home a 1-0 lead here, as this one is going to be moved over towards Nashiro Pate. Back over to Jenkins, and Jenkins loses the handle on it. It's tipped around, and Carolina will gain a point. A dominating first set here, Kendall, for Carolina.
How do you think the Cougars can still not get rattled from a disaster start?
Yeah, this has definitely been a tough start, Kendall, and I think the Cougars just gotta try to stay alive in this one and keep their heads up. You talk about it sometimes in sports. That one is just crushed by Mason Kenna. But you talk about it a lot in sports. The teams that come back, sometimes aren't even looking at the scoreboard, to be honest. And they're just trying to, get something going. And sometimes it just takes one play for the momentum to switch, as that one's going to be an ace there for the Bruins. They mean business here in the Grant Center. Austin Jeter. And a timeout by the Cougars, and a 17-3 start here for Carolina. Kenneth Sanders and Thomas Heaney III will be joining you when we come back. And a welcome back, everybody, into the Grant Center. The Cougars and the Bruins, and the Bruins have opened up a 17-3 lead here in this first set. And Kendall, we were just looking at that sheet. Coach Alwine, I want to touch on just how well he recruits inside for his team.
Yeah, Coach Alwine does a great job. He everybody besides from 2 players are from the Carolinas, and the 2 players who aren't are from Virginia, which is not that far away.
Exactly. It's a good point. And, I'm looking at just North Carolina. As a fellow North Carolinian, it's cool to see, but it's nice to see, some in-house
homegrown talent.
Yeah, homegrown talent, as that's going to be another kill for the Bruins in an 18-4 lead. But, even for the Cougars, a lot of Virginia talent, but then you also look and you've got Kaneshiro Pate from Hawaii and Finn Oakley from the United Kingdom. So, talent all around the board here. And you also have Nicholas Breen, who's a hometown kid from Danville, Virginia himself. So a lot of homegrown talent in this matchup. Is nice dig there, but it's going to go out of play and over to Coach Alwine. And a 19-4 lead here, 6 points away for the Bruins to take this one home. Number 4, Mason Kenna, skying it high and towards the air and towards Kaneshiro Pate. Over to Jenkins. Jenkins slams it down, and a nice dig. Cougars keep it alive. Can they stay in it? They can.
Amazing hustle right there.
Tremendous hustle indeed, as Finn Oakley slams it over, and this is going to go back and forth. Pate saves it. Whistle blows. Who's going to get the point? It will be the Bruins. But regardless, Kendall, like you were talking about, you asked me, what do the Cougars need to do to try to come back into this game and build some momentum? And even though they didn't get the point there, something like that can definitely generate something. As over towards the middle, and Cancro, 50-50 ball. Finn Oakley might be an illegal touch, and it's going to go over to the Bruins, and they are 4 points away here from Pater. It's been a fast first set. I feel like I just sat down, Kendall, and we're already 4 points away from the first set concluding here. Let's see if the Cougars can reach into their bag of tricks and try to mount a comeback, as this one's going to be blocked up towards the middle, and it'll hit the net, and another point to the Bruins. ready to serve this one up. Skies it high, hits it down. And for the Cougars. Jenkins tries to get it in, and he does. Dominic Jenkins with the kill, and the Cougars get a point there.
Solid, great way to build momentum and get the crowd going a little bit.
You see there the women's volleyball team on the left side of your screen coming out and supporting the men's team, and they've been doing that all season, and just shows the kind of family that's here at Averett. That's going to be an error by Cancro, but teams come out and support each other, and you could argue that nobody's been more supportive than the women's volleyball team for this men's team. They've been showing out every night, especially at the home opener we were at. As that one will be an error for the Bruins on number 9, Jacob Brown, and the Cougars will get a point. So 23-6 here in the Grant Center. And the Bruins are 2 points away from sealing a first set W, as Jenkins will get it over, and it's just going to be hit. But it's going to go out of play, and the Cougars will get a point. So another error here, Kendall, and errors could be a factor coming down the stretch.
Definitely some momentum going here right now.
Yeah, it's 2 points in a row there for the Cougars, and even if it's a little bit too late, as that one's going to go over the head of everybody and out of play, even if it's a little bit too late, you see it all the time in sports, Kendall. Teams, mounting some momentum, even if the game's out of hand, but it can go into the next game as well. So the Bruins are 1 point away here from sealing out the first set, and they will do just that on the block and the kill, and a 25-7 win in the first set for Carolina. What'd you see in that first set there, Kendall?
Even though it didn't go their way, I like the Cougars' energy. Definitely a lot of energy. Players.
Welcome back, everybody, into the Grant Center as Nirvana is rocking through here. I love it. Nice song choice down there. As we get back here for the Cougars and the Bruins in a 25-7 first set. And Kendall, you want to go over some of the stats and who are the leading kill leaders for Carolina?
It's tied with Kenna Mason, Jeter Austin, Bryson, and Jacob with all three apiece.
Yeah, all three apiece for the Bruins.
Solid team effort.
Yeah, I was just, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just thinking, when you have a team going 3-3-3 and 3, it's interesting. nobody really took the reins as like the lead guy, but at the same time, you know, the mixed bag, if you will, for the Bruins paid dividends. So 3 and 3 on kills for Kenna Jeter, Abernathy and Brown, and for the Cougars, Annabelle Lopez with a kill, Dominic Jenkins with a kill, Finn Oakley with a kill. And one of the problems for the Cougars in that first set, Kendall, was the errors. 6-1 for errors for the Cougars, so definitely got to try to straighten those out and play a little bit more clean here in the first set. Excuse me, the second set. Yeah, so we are just about ready to get going here, and I mentioned it at the beginning of the first set, but the colors are a little confusing. So Averett will be on the right side of your screen now, switching it, and Carolina will be on the left side of your screen, and on the left side of your screen will be number 7, Bryson Abernathy, who had 3 kills in that first set. So we're getting ready to get set here in a second set between Averett and Carolina. A little rivalry, as this one is going to go just out of play, and the Cougars will get a 1-0 start here on the error from Carolina and Abernathy. You see a lot of people pouring in here to the Grant Center. I'm not quite sure what team just finished practicing or something. Oh my goodness, what a hit there by Austin Jeter. But you see a lot of people starting to pour in here to the Grant Center. We were just talking about it, Kendall. You know, the fan support has been huge for this young team.
Do you think the Cougars could maybe build off some energy from the crowd tonight?
Oh, for sure. I think, fan interactions are a big part of the game, as that one's going to go over the net and a kill for the Bruins. But, you know, when Averett is able to fill up the Grant Center, which is most of the time, you know, the teams definitely feed off of it for sure. And, you know, this men's volleyball team, rather, has been able to feed off of that, as that's going to be a kill for Carolina and Bryson Abernathy. We saw a lot of that in the home opener for the Cougars here in the Grant Center. It was a great game. I was there with Shane Mickle on the call as well, and that one's going to be just over the net, and another kill for the Bruins. And Kendall, I'm going to ask you, this is pretty similar to the first set, and the Cougars getting 1 point, and then the Bruins kind of running off with it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
deja vu all over again.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, we saw Averett jump out to a 1-0 lead, and then the Bruins went on an 8-0 run. So let's see if the Cougars can try to stop that, as Jordan Tyler hitting that one over towards the back end, and it's going to be in over the net, and it's going to be Mason Kenna there on the kill. So, yeah, possibly a little deja vu here, as now a 5-1 start here for Carolina. It'll be Bryce Jackson back to serve. Hits it back over to the middle, and Mashira Pate back over to Tyler. Tyler swings it in there and gets it in. And the Cougars have their second point of the second set.
You can see the crowd getting at it.
For sure. And Jordan Tyler is a guy we should definitely be watching, as, you know, he's one of the few people on this Cougars team that has had collegiate experience with men's volleyball, as you see here Feliz getting it back over towards the middle, and going to be hit there by Jeter. It's going to be tipped, and another point for the Bruins. Jeter, excuse me, that'll be his 5th kill of the evening. And you'll see him on the left side of your screen trying to do it all over again. Jeter gets it over to Mashiro Pate, back over to Oakley. It looked like Oakley, but Tyler's going to take it instead. Back over towards the middle, just hit really hard there, or lack of a better word, as Mason Kenna destroyed that ball, and it's going to be 7-2 lead here for the Bruins. You getting in front of that, Kendall? No? Neither am I. As we get going again, as that's going to be almost a kill, but Jordan Tyler saves it. What hustle indeed, as it stays alive, and it's for naught, though, as Mason Kenna is right back into the action and gets the kill, but Like you said, great hustle there by Tyler. Cougars playing hard here despite the scores. Cougars trying to get a kill there, but instead he meets the net, and the Cougars will get a point. Jifuni coming into the game for Breen, and Jifuni will come back to serve. Sophomore out of Greensboro, North Carolina, gets it over the net, and then over to the Bruins. Dug up there by Bonekamp, nice play. Staying alive, though, are the Bruins. Back over to Bonekamp. And over to Jifuni. Tyler with a soft touch there for the kill.
Definitely can see a little bit of his collegiate experience coming to play with the nice softness.
Yeah, like he said, experience, because a play like that, it might be easy to just try to hit it as hard as you can. But he's able to take the foot off the gas, if you will, and get it right over the net, and a point for the Cougars. So 8-4 here early in the second set as Jifuni is back to loft it over the net. Back over, nice dig there. That's a miscommunication, trying to get it up in the air. That was Lopez. Go right back over to the Bruins in a 9-4 game. Back over the middle of Jiffin, who sets it up to Tyler, and Tyler hits it hard, but he's met by the net and the front line of the Bruins. So back we go here with the Bruins, as that's number 4, Mason Kenna. A nice soft touch over towards the net to Jiffany. And over to Nashiro Pate. Pate mistimes it, but he gets it in. Nice play there. As he gets the soft, easy touch over the net, and the Cougars cut the lead down to 5. So Bonekamp will come out for Dominic Jenkins. Jenkins had a kill in that first set. The Grand Center starts to pack in here on this Tuesday night as Tyler gets it in over towards the Bruins net and blocked up at the front. Let's see if the Cougars can get this. Nice save. Can Jenkins get it? He can. Who's going to get this one, though? Lopez and Jiffany there were almost collided. And Lopez took it, but it went back out of play. So an 11-5 second set here. And I'll ask you a question, Kendall. You know, what do the Bruins have to do here to kind of extend their lead? I guess keep doing what they're doing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
This one's going to be hit over to Jenkins, and let's see who gets the point. It's going to be the Cougars, so Jenkins is able to get it in over the net, and now the Cougars cut the lead again down to 5. Staying in the game, Kendall.
Definitely. I would ask you, how about the tenacity from them Cougars, just staying in here with the energy?
Yeah, I love the front line of the Cougars, and you know, Feliz and Jenkins and Nashiro Pate. I mean, there's a lot of young talent on this team, and it's going to take a little bit of time for them to gel, as that's going to be a nice kill there by Jeter. But as you see there, Annabelle Lopez coming in for the Cougs. But, you know, there's a lot of young talent on this team, and I think they just got to get some time to gel. And an 0-6 start, definitely not the start that, you know, Coach Earls was hoping for. But, you know, Cougars still trying to find their way as Nashiro Pate hits that one a little bit too hard, goes out of play for an error. And it looks like we'll have our first timeout here of the second set. So 13-6 here. We'll be right back with you in about a minute and 8 seconds. Who's counting?
Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
And welcome back, everybody, into the Grant Center for the Cougars and the Bruins. The 13 to 6 second set as we get right back in action here with the Cougars. That one goes under the net, and the Cougars will get a point. Coach Alwine is not too pleased with the call as he has a word with the referee, but he's just going to back up and shake his head, and the Cougars will take the point. We're talking about it during the break, Kendall. You know, you're talking about how well the Cougars have stuck together through this 0-6 start. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Definitely. They still, even with coming through losses, and unlike other teams, they still hold their head high, show a lot of energy, lots of fight, doesn't give up. And definitely like the positivity from the bench to every players.
Yeah, 100%. And like you talked about, a lot of the times the bench is such a huge part for keeping the guys in the game as Breen hits that one a little bit too hard. But I'm happy you mentioned the bench because, you know, I think that's one of the things that Coach Earls preaches for her team is everybody staying in it, everybody has a role, and even if you're not on the floor, you still got to keep the fellas alive. So stay here with Tyler, and he hits that one a little bit too hard and a little frustrated with himself, and now the lead extends to 15-7. So back we go here with the Bruins, and Breen will set it up here for Tyler. Tyler is going to hit it over the net, and it's going to be picked up there by Jeter. And a little mistimed play there, but Lopez keeps it alive. Back over to Shiro Pate. In over to Breen. Breen tries to get it up. Jenkins keeps it alive. Pate back over to the Bruins. Nice volley here. This one's going to be struck over. Pate keeps it alive. Tyler sets it over to Breen. Breen lofts it over towards the left side. Oh, nice play there, but Pate keeps it alive, and we are just going here, folks. Jenkins back over towards the middle. Jeter strikes it hard, and that's too much there from Jeter. The Cougars did a nice job of staying alive in that possession, but
man, what a wild sequence right there.
Yeah, Kenoma, catch my breath there. It's back and forth action. But regardless, 17-7 now for the Bruins here in the Grant Center, trying to extend their lead here to 2-0 and get it to a closing set. Tyler gets a dive, keep that one alive. Shiro Pate with a little Willie Mays backhand, but it's going to go out of play, and the Bruins will gain another point. So now the Cougars here kind of feels, Kendall, like they're on the brink of an 18-7 deficit.
Yeah.
What do you want to see here from the Cougars?
Definitely want to see still keep up the energy, but you got to try to get opportunity and put a point on the board.
They're trying to get a point on the board here. Let's see if they can do it. As it's going to be dug up there by Jeter. Back over to Jeter, and my goodness, I mean, Jeter, Austin Jeter, freshman out of Chester, Virginia, is displaying some velocity, to say the least, Kendall.
Yeah,
right
we
now
can feel the power from over here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm getting some free AC up at the top off of some of his hits. That's going to be struck hard again, but it's going to be a point for the Cougars. So Averett back onto the board here in a 19-8 game. And you'll see Dom Jenkins back to serve it up. Dominic hits it just a little bit too softly there, trying to get it right over the net for the kill, but instead it's going to be an error and a point for the Bruins. We'll have a lot of subs coming on here. Well, maybe not a lot, maybe just one for each team. As we'll see Philip Bonacap coming on for the Cougars. And for the Bruins, Wesley Diggs will take a seat. I didn't catch who came in for him, so my apologies on that. Nice play there by the Cougars and hit hard. Let's see if they can save it. Bonacamp and Pate running after it, and Lopez, and it goes out of play for a point for the Bruins. But again, that hustle that you were talking about, Kendall.
Definitely, you just love to see it. I was just watching as a spectator.
A 21-8 lead now here for the Bruins. 4 points away from a closing set, as a little miscommunication there from the Cougars, as that was number 7, Barber, mixing it up there with Lopez, and we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Might be our last timeout of the set. 22-8 Bruins when we come back.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And a welcome back, everybody, in the Averett Sports Network. Kendall Sanders, Thomas Heaney here, as we get set to possibly finish this set if the Bruins are able to finish it at a 22-8 lead, 3 points away from Pater. And a nice dig there by Lopez, but it goes out of play, and Carolina will get another point. So 2 more points here for Carolina, and it'll be on the hand of Bryce Jackson, the 6'4" freshman out of Monroe, North Carolina. That hometown talent that you talked about a little bit earlier, Kendall, is that one goes out of play for an error, and the Cougars will get a point. So Daniel Feliz getting ready to serve it up here for the Cougars, freshman out of New York. Shout out New York City, baby. As he'll get this one high up in the air and hit it hard over towards the Bruins in the middle. This one's going to be struck hard. Can it get dug up by the Cougars? It can't. It'll be a point and a kill for Carolina again in what's been a dominating second set, much like the first. So we will have Austin Jeter here in a 24-9 game, looking to close it out in the second set. Jeter sends it away over to Bonekamp, and that will be a kill for Jeter and a second set win for the Bruins. What do you see in that second set? Kind of the same as the first? Or?
Same as the first, but a little bit better.
Yeah.
Well, for the other Bruins, Jeter, man, he just sees them the
And we welcome you back, everybody, to the Averett Sports Network in the Grant Center in Danville, Virginia, for the third set here between the Averett University Cougars and the Carolina University Bruins. So I'll start off with some stats, and then I'll throw it to my partner, Kendall Sanders. For Averett, leading in kills will be a tie between Dominic Jenkins with 2, and then Jordan Tyler with 2, and then Lopez with 1, Yoshiro Pate with 1, Oakley with 1, and then Feliz with 1.
For the Carolina University, you have Kenna Mason with 6 kills, Jeter with 8 kills, Abernathy 4 kills, and Brown with 6, and Jackson with 1 kill.
Yeah, and like you talked about, leading the way for Carolina is Jeter with 8. And he has been a superstar here for the Bruins as we head into the third set, and they will look to try to close it out here over your Cougars. And for the Cougars, coming into this game 0-6, looking for their first win in program history, and they've got a tall mountain to climb, but let's see if they can do it as the Grant Center is packed here, as you can see on the right side of your screen. A lot of the teams coming out to support your Cougars, and obviously on the left side of your screen, you got the women's volleyball team showing out. So as Nashiro Pate ties his shoe, it's definitely important. Got to make sure you're all tied up and ready to go here for the third set between the Bruins and the Cougars. And what do you think, Kendall's Averett has to do differently here in this third set to try to possibly pull the big comeback?
Definitely, well, we always see, well, for both sets, they both first scored the first time, then the Bruins go on a run, maybe try some.
Yeah, we'll see. And, you know, I said there was going to be no Jeter puns, but as a Mets fan, I got to say, maybe this won't be the first time that a Jeter, you know, loses a big series lead. Sorry, any Yankee fans out there, as this one's going to be hit and a kill there for the Bruins in a 1-0 start. So the Bruins looking to close it out here in the Grant Center and improve to 4-5 and head back down to Winston-Salem happy. And Cougars just trying to get something going. And we talked about it in the first set in particular. You know, just one play might be able to flip the script. Let's see if they can do it. Back over to Pate. He's going to set up for Feliz, and Feliz hits it down. Nice job there for the kill.
Definitely.
Feliz out of New York, so I'm all over the place with New York references today, Kendall. Is that ties it all up at 1 apiece, and we'll have Dominic Jenkins back to serve for your Cougars. Then over towards the middle, and going to be hit and dug up there by Pate, but keeps it alive, and oh my goodness, what a play to keep it going. Back over to Jeter, Jeter to Jenkins, and just a little bit too hard there from Jeter over to Jenkins, and that'll be Austin's 9th kill on the evening. So Jenkins will come and take a seat. That'll be Philip Bonekamp coming in for your Cougars. And Bryce Jackson back to serve. And a little trouble there with the ball as Breen was going after it. It was heading towards the net, and it'll be a point for the Bruins and a 3-1 lead. And gotta be honest, Kendall, this is what we've seen so far in both sets before. Averett trailing big early. You know, they were down 9-1 in the first set, and then 17-7, you know, in the second set. So the Cougars got to try to keep this close here. It's going to be hit hard there by Mason Kenna, and another kill for the Bruins. And so we are back here with Carolina, and number 11, Bryce Jackson. Back over to Pate. Pate trying to get it at Cancro there, but a little miscommunication. And back towards the middle to Jeter. And Jeter's able to get it over the net for another kill. So 5-0 start here in what has been a dominating performance so far from Carolina, Kendall.
Definitely. As you mentioned, how can they stop the big runs that Carolina just seems like they're bound to go on?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's hard. Like I talked about, you know, it could just be something as simple as a nice dig there by Lopez, and another nice dig, and just back and forth we go here as that one's going to be hit by Kenna. Over to Bonekamp and Breen. The soft touch back over towards the middle inside. Over to Jeter. Oh my goodness, what a dig there. And it goes out of play, but Pate gave it his all. Laid his body out on the line. I can tell you, I I'll be doing that. But that's what the Shiro Pate is good at, and he was able to get it over there, but just out of play and a point for the Bruins. But yeah, I don't know, Kendall. I mean, Cougars haven't really had a run, and this is going to be a 7-1 start here for Carolina. Again, it's just a dominating beginning here, and a timeout by Averett. So 7-1 here in the third set, and the Bruins trying to close this one.
Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
And we welcome everybody back into the Grant Center. Cougs facing off against the Bruins. 7-1 start here in the first set as Nashiro Pate sends it all the way over towards the scoreboard, and Cancro hits it, but it's going to be an error and another point for the Bruins. And Kendall, I mean, just objectively speaking here, you've got to be impressed by Carolina's start. Not even just their start, just how they've been playing all game long.
Definitely. Even every time Cougars came with a score, they just still had resilience and then would just, like, go on a big run.
There's Breen on the kill. Nice hit there. And it gets the Cougars their second point of the third set. So Nicholas Breen there with a left hand. I love the lefty hit there as a lefty myself. As he's able to get it over the net, and a point for the Cougars. So nice play by the sophomore out of Danville, Virginia, the hometown kid. That one is going to go over the net by Feliz, and an error by Averett, and a 9-2 lead now for the Bruins. Feliz will come out of the game. He'll take a seat. Pate, Oakley, Breen, Cancro, Bonekamp, and Lopez out there for Averett. Over to Finn Oakley. Oakley hits it, but it's going to be met by the front line of Carolina and Glasgow. Glasgow leading this Carolina team as the lone senior on the squad from Lancaster, South Carolina, standing 5'8". This one's going to be hit by Jeter. Back over to Glasgow. Over to Pierce. Glasgow tries to get it over the net, but he can't, but it's going to be saved up there by Brown. Back over towards the middle, there to Kenna. Cancro with a chance, and it's going to go over to Carolina. So we're going to have a sub coming on here for the Bruins. It'll be Hollyfield, and it'll be Glass now, the senior I was just mentioning, taking a seat. So struck there by Jeter again, and another kill for the Bruins. Pretty impressed, Kendall, by Jeter's velocity when he hits the ball, you know. So he's just been able to get it done here, and he'll have another chance to get another kill if he can, and it'll be sent over to Lopez. Lopez will dig it up back over to Pate, back over to Cancro. And set up here for Kenna, and Kenna launches one just out of the line. Oh, excuse me, he got that inside of the line. My apologies. It looked like it was going to be an error, but it'll actually be a kill there. So he's able to get it in. Jeter sends it back over, and that will be an error. So maybe I saw into the future there or something, as that's going to be an error. The Cougars get a point, and it'll cut the lead here at a 13-3. Jeter will take a rest. Breen will take a rest, and we will have Cougars with a sub coming on here. That's going to be Jifuni. Tiffany to the middle. And hit hard there by Kenna, and Lopez gave it a good effort, but just not able to corral it. It'll be another kill for Kenna.
Even with such a deficit, or what can you think the Cougars can build off of, even in going into the future?
Yeah, we were talking about it after the first set, and sometimes even if the game is out of hand, you can still build momentum into the next set or even just the next game. As that one's going to be out of play. It'll be an error and a point for the Cougars, but, this one's still too early to call it. But, for the Cougars, if it did get out of hand, you'd want to see them build some momentum possibly for the next match. As we see Cancro getting ready to serve it up. And over to top, and a nice play there by Brown. And back we go here with Carolina. And it'll be number 13, Wesley Diggs, for his first serve of the evening. And back over to Jifuni and over to Pate. Pate almost got the kill there. And it's going to be blocked by the front line of the Cougars. Keeping it alive, and it's going to go out of play. And Bruins will get another point here. So now, Kendall, if you're the Bruins, put yourself in their shoes. You want to finish this now, right? You don't want to let the Cougars get any momentum. You want to put their foot on the gas.
Yeah, definitely, because momentum is a huge thing in sports.
Yep, exactly. And back over to Nashira Pate. Pate, a little bit too hard there. Goes out, and a 17-4 lead here for Carolina. See Wesley Diggs back there to serve again, the junior. One of the few players from Carolina, like Kendall mentioned in the first set, not from the Carolinas. He's actually from Spencer, Virginia. So back we go here. And towards the middle, and a nice hit by Gregg, but it's dug up there by Jifuni. Jifuni sends it back over towards the middle to the Bruins. Set up hard there, and it'll be a kill for Carolina in Trevor Gregg, freshman out of Belmont, North Carolina. 18-4 here. Bruins inching closer and closer to a sweep. So back we go with the Cougars, and Jenkins trying to get it over the net, but goes out, and another point for Carolina, just inching closer and closer here. And it's honestly just been a tough night for the Cougars, to be honest with you, Kendall. I mean, there's really no way else of putting it. They've showed a lot of fight, a lot of hustle, but the Bruins just showing too much there, as there's going to be an error by the Bruins and a point by the Cougars.
Speaking of a young team, though, would you say that a lot of times it might be just growing pains?
100%, yeah. I mean, I'm happy you said that, because I'm sure Coach Earls would probably say that too. I mean, Coach Earls is a winner, for one, and I'm sure she does not like us. That's going to be blocked there by the Cougars, and a point. And they'll have 6 points now and cut it to 19-6. So nice job here. A little fight by the Cougars, and that, like you're talking about those growing pains, but that's what I was saying about Coach Earls. Coach Earls probably doesn't believe much in moral victories, as the Cougars send it over, and it's going to be another point. So 3 in a row here for Averett, as they cut it to 19-7. The women's volleyball team's getting fired up down there, trying to inspire this young squad to get it going late in the third set. That's going to be a beautiful play in the middle there. It looked like Hollyfield was able to just dump it over. But like I was talking about, I'm sure that Coach Earls would probably mention how there are some growing pains here for the Cougars. And I mean, it's their first season in existence, and most of their players are freshmen, sophomores, or have never had collegiate experience, as that one's going to be a kill there for the Bruins and Mason Kenna. And 4 points away here from victory is, oh, come on, Tavion. We got to catch that down there. What are we doing? Tavion down there on the shag as he gets it in to the Bruins, and Brandon Hollyfield back in towards the middle to Cancro. Set up towards the middle, and a nice block there by Jenkins, but it goes out of play, and a point for the Bruins. 3 more to victory. So Bruins trying to close it out here in what's been a dominating 57 minutes of volleyball by them. And towards the middle here to Feliz, and Feliz is able to dump it in with the right hand and get a point for Averett. So now they're up to 8. And we'll have a sub coming on here as Nicholas Breen back into the game. Breen had a kill earlier. As this one is set up in towards the middle, and oh my goodness, what a play there by Pate. Keeps it alive for Averett on a nice dig. But here's Kenna, and Kenna just too much power on that shot. Kill there. And it gets the Bruins within 2 points of victory. So here's Bryson Abernathy. Cougars trying to stay alive. Here's Breen. Almost had it there.
Oh,
so close there, right, Kendall?
so close. Definitely.
I mean, I was over here like squinting. You know, I broke my glasses, so I'm, man, I thought he had it there, but it just goes out of play. And now the Bruins are 1 point away from victory. Breen trying to keep the game alive. He does. Back over to Cancro. In over towards the middle. Kenna. Back over to the middle of Lopez. Set up towards the top, and let's see if Pay can save it!
What a save.
He does! Jenkins over the middle, back over to the Bruins. Can they end the game here? They can't. There's some much-needed spark for Averett, keeping the game alive.
Just look at the grit right there, just not giving up on the play.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see us over here. We were leaning in, and oh, did he have it? He got it, though, and Pate and Jenkins, really a collective unit there, getting it done for the Cougars. Still on the brink, but trying to stay alive. Jenkins over towards the middle to Hollyfield. Hit hard there, and that will do it as Fritz Hall is able to flush it down for the 25th point and seal the win for the Bruins. And Kendall, what did you see there? What's your expert analysis from that game?
I would say definitely we seen the growing pains that we were talking about from a team that's very young, but they had some great moments there, like that save at the end. Even though Coach Earl is a certified winner, but this is a newer team, so she maybe will find some things that they can go off of and like.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, you talked about that amazing save there and kill from Peyton Jenkins, and I'm sure we'll probably see that on the weekly highlights on our social medias. And speaking of our social medias, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm Thomas Heaney III. Kendall Sanders. Averett's next game will be February 24th on Saturday against Keene University, and we'll be back here at home on March 9th, so quite of a break at the Grant Center. We'll face off against Wabash College, if I'm saying that right. Wabash College at 11 a.m. So again, Thomas Heaney III, Kendall Sanders. It's been a pleasure bringing it to you on the Averett Sports Network. So long, friends.